Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to talk about, for all of you either whales or semi-spenders out there, we're going to talk about what to use your purple Dragonstone on if you decided to buy them. Now, the way the purple Dragonstone works is you can you can buy it up to 3 times. So they have tiers where you could buy units that cost all 3, you could buy units that only cost 2, and units that cost 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to recommend what units you should pick for each tier, depending on what you want to do, and it also depends on what your box looks like, okay? Now, just in general, what I'm going to say is this. If you're not a Mega Whale and you don't have everything rainbowed, honestly, even if you have 3 stones, you should probably pick 3 units out of the single stone units, because they're really good Dokkan Fest exclusives in here, and it's really going to help your box out, okay? For units from the single stone version, I think Physical Cooler is an excellent pickup because he doesn't have his EZ on Global, but he has it on JP, and he's an absolutely ridiculous unit. Strength Janemba is a really good pickup. He's really good after his EZA. This Int Kid Buu is really good after his EZA. He hits really hard. The Super Saiyan 3 Broly, I would say, is the only one that's an absolute not that I've talked about so far. Do not touch that Broly. Super 17 is really good. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is really good. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta are amazing. Int Gogeta is amazing. This Goku isn't great now, but he is literally just about to get his EZ on JP, so he is going to be amazing. The Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is amazing as well. The Rose AGL is actually really good. And then Physical Vegeta Blue. So literally, because of EZA, like every single one of these units are absolutely fantastic. The only one you need to stay away from is Super Saiyan 3 Broly. And he already has his EZA and he's not that great, okay? So now, honestly, all of these units are so good. A lot of it's going to come down to personal preference. Out of all of these, my personal picks, like if you literally, like let's say you're a player that you had none of these units, right? My pick for you would be Super Saiyan 4 Goku. To me, he is the best unit out of all of these. It is very close and it can be debatable, but to me, he's the best one, and he's one that you're going to get a lot of use out of. Now, part of it, though, could depend on what teams you are currently running or what teams you like to run. One of my favorite teams is GT Heroes, and this guy is like a mainstay on there, right? So, it's going to be up to you. I would say the Super Saiyan 4s are like the best picks. Cooler's a really good pick, but he's not going to be as good right now. So if you're a new player and you need like really good power right now, you could avoid Cooler because he's not EZA'd yet, but he's going to. If you really like the Majin Power team, so let's say you're going to summon on the new banners and you're planning on picking up the LR Bootanks, and you want to run his team, this Int Kid Buu is almost like a must run on there. He's really good. He's solid defensively and he hits really, really hard. Super 17 is a unit who's absolutely incredible. The problem is there isn't like a crazy amount of teams you run him on. So he might be one that you would maybe hold off on if, like, say you don't have some of these other units, right? And so this is why, you know, we're going to talk about these other units up here in a second. But this is why even if you get 3 stones, these units are so good that you'd be able to get 3 individual absolutely incredible units out of here. Rather than just getting like 1 LR or 1 like category lead, right? So honestly, my overall recommendation is you pick 3 of these units that you need the most that are going to help you. If I were to just right now pick my top 3, I would say the 2 Super Saiyan 4s, and then it's going to kind of be like a tie between like Physical Cooler, Strength Janemba, or like this Physical Vegeta Blue is absolutely ridiculous, right? So those would be probably my top choices. Now, going on to the 2 stone pickups. Now, these are going to be category leads. And if you click on them, they actually give you units with them. Okay, so these ones will come with a category lead and 1 banner unit. Now, some of these actually do come with really good banner units. But for the most part, these aren't as good a deal for your money as just picking up the two units from below, right? But let's say you've got a lot of these units already rainbowed, but you need some of these, right? That's kind of what these upper tiers are for. These are more for like older players that have a lot of the older units rainbowed that need some slightly newer units, right? So if we're looking at these category leads, so let me go to the top here. So we're starting right here. So the issue here is a lot of these are hard to judge because a lot of them don't have EZAs yet, right? So like Strength Ultimate Gohan, for example, he's going to get an easy A at some point and he'll probably be ridiculous. And that Gohan there is a really good support banner unit. So he actually comes with a good banner unit. But I can't really recommend you to get him now because he's really bad right now, right? Same with Jiren. He's just okay. However, he comes with Int Topo, which is absolutely fantastic. And then the other thing is Strength Jiren here at some point will easy A. And if you don't have any Universe Survival Saga leaders, he's a great starting unit for that. But if you're planning to pull on the new banners, there's no reason to get Jiren for his leader skill because you're going to get way better leader skills, right? So I wouldn't recommend you pick Jiren or Gohan, but they come with great banner units, and if you want to bank on them getting a good EZA later, you could. Same with Tech Gogeta here. He's not really that good anymore. That Gotenks is already EZA'd, and he actually is decent in like Super Battle Road because he seals, but he's not like the best thing in the world, right? There's going to be one on here that I'm going to highly recommend. This Vegeta's just okay, but once again, might get his EZA. He's going to work good on the teams you're building for the anniversary. The Goku he comes with is absolutely ridiculous. He's a fantastic unit. So, like, really good banner unit because that Goku is a Realm of God support and he can hit like 4 million attack stats. So, if you want to really, like, beef up your Realm of God / Universe Survival Saga, like, yeah, that could be a really good pickup right there, actually. You have to be careful, though, also, because some of the units we're talking about are going to be on the banners. So, if you're using your stone today, like day 1 of the anniversary, do not buy any units that are on the banners. If you must spend it now, pick other things that aren't on the banners, because you should be planning to summon on the banners that are going to drop in literally a day or two, and you're probably going to pull those units if you put a decent amount of stones in. So, I would say if you're picking stuff from the purple stone, only pick stuff that isn't on the banners, or you need to wait until you're done summoning on the banners before you pick, right? AGL Turles is a great support unit, but he gets hit really hard, and until he gets an EZA, he's not going to be that great. And then that Int Cooler, he already has his EZA, and he's getting a little bit dated. He's a good support, but he gets hit really hard, and he's getting a little bit dated, right? Super Vegito here probably will be a god when he gets his EZA, but we have no way of knowing. But that Supreme Kai banner unit is really incredible, so another good unit there. The Shenron doesn't have his EZA yet. That Nova Shenron honestly is a little underwhelming. I kind of like the older Nova Shenron better, so I probably wouldn't recommend that one either. This sucker right here, to me, this is the crown choice out of the 2 stone picks. If you're going to buy something with the 2 stones, Int UI Goku and Strength Whis is a fantastic combo. This Int UI Goku is actually going to EZA during the celebration. So if you don't have this UI Goku, you could buy him and then you would have the hype moving forward that you're going to be able to EZA him, and he just becomes absolutely ridiculous, okay? Strength Whis is also a really good, fantastic unit. He's a good support. You typically want to run Whis with Beerus, but at some point, even if you're a new player, you're going to pick up a Beerus and want to run them together. I love that Strength Whis. So, to me, out of the 2 stone picks, I would go with him. This Frieza, once again, doesn't have an EZA. Probably will get one and be good. That Skinny Boo's a good, solid unit. This Bardock definitely needs an EZA. And that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is just kind of trash. But I'm pretty sure that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta hasn't even awakened yet. Like, he needs a Dokkan Awakening and an EZA. So, and Super Saiyan 3 isn't really like a highly run category, so I would avoid that one. This Gohan is okay, but he needs an EZA, and that Trunks is just okay. Super 17 is actually really good. He kind of gets used quite a bit on Universe Survival Saga and Universe 7. He's a really good defense support unit. He does get hit kind of hard sometimes because he hasn't had an EZA yet, but he is a very important unit to have. So if you don't have him, he could be one I would recommend. That 18 he comes with isn't very good, though, but she also doesn't have an EZA, so she could get good. But that Physical 17 is actually a really good unit. The Strength Boo is terrible. My gut feeling, though, is he is going to be one of the first category leads to get an EZA or one of the earlier ones, and he's going to be amazing. And then that AGL Boo is a ridiculous support for power absorption. So I really like that Boo unit, but I cannot recommend to you to pick up this Boo right now, especially with 2 coins. Like, would you rather have this crappy Boo he's literally like the worst category leader in the game right now, or would you rather have the 2 Super Saiyan 4s? You could have the 2 Super Saiyan 4s for the same price as this Strength Boo. I think the answer is pretty obvious, right? And then Metal Cooler, he's the best Wicked Bloodline lead, but you can just run Strength Cooler's team and pretty much do a better team anyways, so you don't really need him. And then that Strength Frieza isn't that great. He's just okay. So yeah, if you're going to go the two-stone route, definitely Int UI Goku. Now, if you're like me, I haven't spent mine yet. You can see I've got 3 stones. I still have some decisions to make, but for me personally, this whole first tier I have rainbowed. All those I have rainbowed. In this tier here, I think I might have that all rainbowed. Jiren, I think, is the only one I don't have rainbowed. So I think Jiren is the only one I don't have rainbowed in tier 2. So I'm definitely going to go the LR route. But I even have some of these rainbowed. So let's talk about the LR route. So if you decide you want to use 3 stones and go the LR route, you're going to get the LR plus 2 side units, okay? Now, this will make you think a little bit because some of these LRs are getting EZAs and they're actually getting pretty ridiculous, right? So like Mighty Mask right now is like not great. This is LR Goten and Trunks, by the way. But if they get an EZA, they could be incredible. And here's the thing. This Int Goten and Tech Trunks are actually really good. They were a really late Dokkan Awakening, so they're really solid now. They have damage reduction. They can do around 2 mil damage. They're very defensive, and they have a bit of offense in them, and they haven't EZA'd yet. So this is a combo, like all these guys after EZA, this could end up, like if you're thinking like a long-term pick, this could be a really good one, right? Int Bojack is actually really good right now, and if you haven't watched it, seriously, if you haven't watched it, watch my Int Bojack showcase. He impressed the hell out of me. He is like good to today's standards. I used him in Legendary GT Goku event, and he carried the team. So he is definitely good. His side units are pretty trash. Like the AGL Frieza is a great defensive unit, but he's a regular banner unit. You're going to see him all the time. But Int Bojack is actually fantastic. This guy is the Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku. He's not very good right now, but he could be close to an EZA and could be ridiculous. AGL Tapion just got an EZA, and he's actually really, really good. And Tech Tapion doesn't have an EZA yet, but he will get one, and him as a rotation with the AGL Tapion will actually be ridiculous. But this would not be a priority to pick right now. Once again, so like for the Goku and the Mighty Mask, those are if you're thinking long-term investments. Bojack is good right now. Beerus and Whis, they're okay right now. I do really like the Resurrection F Goku and Vegeta they put with them. They're actually really good because they're orb changers and they get 30% attack and defense per orb, and they stack. So they're actually really good units. But in terms of right now, do you really need LR Beerus and Whis right now? Probably not. Bardock, another unit that he's just okay, will probably get an EZA and be ridiculous. The Bardock and Gine card is pretty solid. That Kaioken Goku right now is trash. So this one I would probably not get unless you love Bardock and you're thinking long-term for its EZA. And then we got our boy Int LR Gohan, who just kind of got the shaft on JP. He's a unit of controversy. He just got his EZA and it was a little underwhelming. Okay. Now I'm going to be honest. I might actually take this Gohan as my pick. I haven't decided yet, but I don't have him rainbowed. If I picked him, I would get him to 90% for me. So I'm thinking about it. Even though he's underwhelming, like for what his EZA could have been, if you just look at him kind of in a nutshell, he is a really good unit. Like if you think of a unit that has about 250 KH defense that easily hits 4 to 5 million per turn, that's a good unit, right? Really good unit. Compared to Broly's EZA, though, he got really shafted. So, honestly, you probably shouldn't pick this one. Plus, his 2 side units are terrible. The Cell Jr. card, like, you're never going to use. And that Int 16 is like a slap in the face. He is like the terrible 16 unit that you're supposed to quote-unquote pair with the AGL LR Gohan, but you can't run him on any teams other than Cell Saga, which is only a 150 lead. And he doesn't link with Gohan, and you're supposed to run him on rotation. Yeah, this right here, this whole thing is a slap in the face to Dokkan players. I would not pick that one. Physical Trunks is intriguing. I think is going to be really good with his EZA. This right here is going to be another long-term like EZA pick because that 17 and 18, they don't have EZAs and they're not that good right now. So you're basically banking on all three of these EZAing and being really good. Majin Vegeta personally is one of my favorite characters. I already have him rainbowed, like as a character, right? Not like his card isn't my favorite card because he's not that great. But he will EZA and probably be ridiculous. The Hercule's a decent defensive unit. And that AGL Goku actually EZAs and he becomes a really good orb changing unit. And he's, I think, a Goku family sub lead. So, not terrible side units here. But once again, unless you're waiting long term for EZA, you probably shouldn't pick up Majin Vegeta. Goku Black and Zamasu, once again, same thing. They're just okay right now. Once they get their EZA, they'll be ridiculous. The side units are both good support units. Once again, this is only if you're thinking long term for EZA. And this guy right here, without question, is the guy you should be picking if you want a good unit today. So Strength Broly is probably, I would say he's a top 5 unit overall in the game, period. He's ridiculous. Basically, if you want to be able to shoot out like 10 plus million attack stats every turn with AoE, you pick this guy, and he's not a slouch defensively either. That Paragus and Broly is a really good support unit. He is kind of shafted on his categories. I do have a video coming out about Joint Forces units. You definitely should check that out. There's definitely some shafting going on with Joint Forces at Dokkan. Some silliness, we'll say, that Dokkan has done with some Joint Forces units. And then that AGL Broly's good. The problem with him is he's just good, and his EZA came out so long ago that he's just going to get power crept. So, but that Strength Broly alone is worth it. So, once again, to summarize, if you're picking an LR unit, which I don't really recommend you do, alright, we'll start from the beginning. To recommend, if you are a starting or newer player and don't have much, you pick 3 units from down here. I talked about which 3 are probably the best ones. This middle range is going to be if you pretty much have this rainbowed and you really need to pick up a category. From the categories, I would say this Int UI Goku would be my top pick. And then from the LR pool, I think my top pick for sure is Strength Broly. If I had to pick a second one, I would probably say Int Bojack, actually, even over Gohan. Because Bojack's going to be way better than Gohan after EZA. So I'd say Int Bojack or Strength Broly to pick there. So anyways, guys, let me know who you're going to pick with the stone. I haven't chosen yet. I'm going to go with either Int Gohan or Goku Black and Zamasu, just because I have them both at 79%, and I would like to get a dupe on one of those. If I got Beerus, I would rainbow him, but I don't recommend picking up your final copy to rainbow, because what's going to happen is you're going to do like your 66 unit multi later, and you're going to end up getting an extra dupe, and you're going to be kicking yourself, right? So I'm going to go with probably either this guy or the Gohan. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.